What's going on, guys? So today I want to talk about something called the Bedrock theory. Okay, so the whole point of this Bedrock theory is to make your launching, your sales, everything on Amazon that much easier. Okay, so I've been thinking about this a lot over the last 4 or 5 years of selling on Amazon. I've used this for 50 plus private label products that I've scaled on my Amazon accounts as well, multiple seven-figure accounts in total there. So this is something that I have to do for each product I scale, I launch. Okay, so it makes it that much easier. It pretty much levels the playing field of all the competition that's out there, especially with some big competitors that have bigger budgets than you. Okay, so we have to do this to be able to compete. We have to do this to make our launch smooth, or else we're kind of working from behind. Okay, and so I call this the Bedrock theory. Okay, so it's 3 simple steps. It's really easy. I'm gonna hop on my screen. I'm gonna draw it out for you like a kindergartner, because that's how my brain works here. But this, if you're looking for the smoothest launch, you're looking for kind of the way to make sure that your product succeeds on Amazon, your business succeeds on Amazon, then this is what you need to be thinking about. Okay, so hang with me here. This is probably one of the most important videos I've ever made when it comes to Amazon and strategies there. Okay, guys, hopping on my screen here. We're gonna do some drawings today. It's gonna be really fun. So sit back, class, and just enjoy. Okay, so again, what we're talking about here is going to be called the Bedrock theory. Okay, just hang with me. This is the first time I ever used this, so just hang with me here. But I think this will be helpful. Again, if I spell something wrong, just get used to it, because I'm spelling 4th grade level consistently. Okay, so there's gonna be 3 steps here we're gonna talk about. Okay, the first thing I want to talk about, and just kind of visualizing this thing. Okay, imagine you have a skyscraper. Okay, and this is the ground here. So this is the ground level. This is the above ground, and this is those are windows. Skyscraper here, right? And here's the little door at the bottom. Okay, so imagine the skyscraper and everything above ground here as your Amazon business when it comes to sales. Okay, it comes to, let's say, reviews, ranking, ads, PPC, right? Everything like that. So, overall, just launching in your consistency of your business, right? That whatever your goal is, maybe it's 10,000 a month, 30,000 a month, 100,000 a month. Okay, so think of your this aspect of your business, the fun side. I like to call it the fun side. The fun side of your business being the above area of a skyscraper. Okay, so this is cool. This is fun. This is what we all want to think about. This is what we think all the magic happens. Things like this. No, this is me using a civil engineering analogy here, because I'm a super nerd and have an engineering background. But this stuff doesn't matter. This stuff right here, well, it does matter, I should say, but it doesn't matter until you do what you need to do, okay, which I'll go into here in a second. Okay, so as an engineering background, the above ground building isn't really the marvel usually, okay? It's what's going on underneath the building, okay? So underneath the building, so we call the foundation, right? And then where the bedrock comes into the theory, I know it's kind of cheesy, as you usually dig into bedrock to build your foundation, things like that, okay? So say this is the ground. This is the ground right here. Your skyscraper's right here. This is your launching. Okay, just everything we talked about, okay? Underneath though, okay, this skyscraper has no chance unless it's got the proper foundation built, okay? It's got no chance. It's gonna fall over, it's gonna tumble, everything like that, okay? And this foundation is gonna have 3 steps. 1, 2, 3. This stuff right here, this stuff will give you a competitive advantage over your competitors. It will give you a more smooth launch. It will actually give you a chance to do what you want to do on Amazon. No one thinks about it this way, but I think that's why this channel is different. I'm different a little bit in explaining this stuff. I want to talk about the stuff that really helps you guys out, okay? And these 3 steps are going to be very obvious. You're going to know exactly what they are, but no one's going to think about them in the way I think about them to build it rock solid and foundation, okay? So everything's going to be very apparent after this video of what all this means. The product research, the suppliers, the listing assets there, they're going to be, obviously what these things are, okay? But no one thinks about them the way I think about them and the way you should start thinking about them as well, okay? So again, if you have a notepad, stuff like that, maybe a good time to take that out. So we're going to go back to that one piece of that foundation here. So number 1, and we're going to talk about product research. Again, I know you've heard about product research 100 times, but we're going to talk about things that people usually don't talk about, okay? And the theory is if we don't build these foundational pieces, again, our building is going to tip over. We'll have no chance. Okay. So product research, very, very important. Okay. So to build this properly, build this foundational piece properly, we need to find products creatively. Okay. So what I mean by this is that, everybody's using product research apps. Fantastic. They're a great gateway in there. They're great to get some quick data, things like that. But the issue is when there is a good product on there, which you can find good products on there, the issue is when there's 50 to 100 more eyeballs on there. Okay. So we need to find products creatively. You can use these product research apps to get ideas. Okay. But you should start going down rabbit holes. Okay. Once you get those ideas. Okay. So if you're, say you find a product in, let's say, boxing, right? And all of a sudden you see these boxing gloves, they have great sales, things like that. Okay, so you found those on a product research app. 50 other eyeballs are on that. Okay, and when that happens, 3 months down the line, when you go to sell this product, there's going to be 100 new competitors in that area. It's going to become a price war. Everybody's going to lose. It's going to be disgusting. We want to avoid this. Okay, so what I do is like boxing gloves. Interesting. I never thought about selling those. Let's hop on that page. And then I start looking at similar products in that category. Oh, there's boxing glove wax. There's boxing glove repair kits. There's boxing gloves. Fasteners. There's knee kick or kickboxing knee pads, or I'm making stuff up now, but this is how my brain goes into these areas. And the cool thing is Amazon will usually tell you related products, these things, or if you back out, you just search with the main keyword, you can literally go ahead and start going down the whole list of category for those products. Okay, so this is what we're doing. We're finding rabbit holes. So rabbit holes, and we're going down them. So we want to come up to a product that we find on Amazon based on, like, say it's like 30 minutes of you just clicking on links, going down rabbit holes, going down niches. And we come to the product like, ooh, that's kind of good. That's what you want. That is what you want, because someone else, the probability of someone else doing that exact same thing that you just did, rare, okay? So instead of 50 eyeballs, 100 new competitors, whatever it is, it's just you coming to a product creatively. Okay, there's different ways to do this too. You could go to different stores, little souvenir shops. You could start thinking about things like this. But this is my favorite way to do it online. Anybody could do this. Okay. After that, track real sales data. Okay. So what I mean by this is that my handwriting's so bad. What I mean by this is that the product research software you use is great to get estimates, but like I said, they're estimates. Okay, so when you click that Chrome extension or use the web browser, those are just estimates based on a formula they have on the back end. Yes, it's great; it gets you in the ballpark usually, but it's not real sales data. Okay, the issue I run into this is when I've had a product that said it did 30,000 on a sales app per month, and then all of a sudden I go to sell it, did like 2,000 to 3,000 a month when we get to the top spot and everything like that. Okay, that's probably a rare circumstance, but now that I had this mistake and it cost me a lot of money, I now try to find real sales data. And you can just do this by checking inventory day after day, and there's other apps like this. Okay, so I won't go deep into that one. I do have some other probably videos out there that explain this in a greater deal, and obviously inside my private group as well. And we could track real sales data by doing what's something called I-99 tracking. Okay. And yes, this sucks. Some people probably heard about it. But what you do is you just go to the inventory of the product and you go ahead and track this. There's better ways to do this, and it's another 30-minute video in itself. What we could do is we can see real sales data, what the volume is moving out. Again, this isn't a perfect system, and there is some nuance to it. Okay, there's other apps too. I'm pretty sure Helium 10 has now created something where you can track inventory as well. Again, we're tracking real inventory, so we want to do this that way we can see real sales data. Okay, otherwise they're just estimates, and you can get yourself into trouble. This also, when you come back to it every day to check this data, this you learn more about the market, everything like that. Okay, so go definitely look into that, everything like that. But for now, just hang tight. Last thing for the product research foundation. Okay, so this one's probably going to be the hardest here, but get your idea checked by someone successful in FBA. Okay, so what we're trying to do is we're trying to find someone who's had a private label product before that you can check your product with before you make that big purchase with your manufacturer, things like that. Okay. So again, this is hard. I'm gonna give you some ideas how to do this here. You know, the problem is it's impossible for you to know what a good product is until you start selling on Amazon. But the trap is, and the catch-22, if I'm using that phrasing right, is you can't learn what a good product is until you start selling. But the issue is you start selling, you can lose all your money and fail, right? To learn, right? Like me, let's take my scenario for instance. You know, first 3 products, absolute failures. Yes, I learned a crap ton, but I also lost a lot of money. I don't want that for most people. Okay, so if we get a product checked by someone who's successful in Amazon FBA, then we can kind of bypass that without spending 15 grand, 20 grand, whatever it is, just to learn what's good on Amazon. Because there's a lot of red flags, there's a lot of traps on Amazon when you go to sell. Okay, and I've been through them a lot. The juiciest products on Amazon usually are traps. Okay, you know, the things that you're not allowed to sell, or they're banned, or that you know you can't use advertising for, or there's something you just don't know about, and there's 100 different scenarios. Okay, again, if we could find that person, I'm one of those people, obviously, but I'm not saying it has to be me. Just someone you trust, okay? Just someone you trust in the space. Maybe you can make some networking connections on a Facebook group. You know, maybe there's a programmer or YouTuber that you like more than I do, or you like more than me, myself. Obviously, I only do this for my private students. Again, this isn't supposed to be a pitch for that. But just go find someone you trust that's successful in this space, you know, and it's good exercise to go network anyways, okay? So going back up here, so this product research, this is how we do it. Okay, check. So now our building can go 4 stories higher. Okay, so now let's go to 2, which will be suppliers. So suppliers, I know we've heard about it before, but again, we're going to go a little deeper than most people go. Okay, so this scenario right here, you can find the best product during product research. Say you found the best product, best data out there. It's a great opportunity. That means jack squat if we can't find a supplier that, 1, can get us 4 to 5 star quality. Okay. So we get 1 to 2 star reviews, right? We get a bad quality from a bad manufacturer. All of a sudden, this product opportunity is gone, right? Because no one's going to buy a product with 1 and 2 star reviews on Amazon. Just not going to happen, right? So we need to find the quality that we require to make this thing work. So that's the next step of the foundation. Okay. 2, the best product during product research doesn't mean jack squat if we can't find good profit margins. Okay, the profit margins we need. Okay, it's to make this business work, right? This is just business now. We need the margins to make this business work after fees, after shipping, everything like that. We need to make sure that we can pay the bills at the end of the day, that you know what the sales we're making actually are going towards the bottom line, which is what we want to take home, right? So, you know, a good rule of thumb, depending on where you're at with this business, 25 to 50%. You might start here at first, work your way through it as you get scale and figure this stuff out. Okay. So 3 for this one for suppliers is going to be relationships. Okay. So if you can't find a supplier that you can scale with over time, that you can work with over time, that you can make improvements with over time, then you're not gonna be able to scale. Okay, because you're gonna get a couple bad reviews when you first start this thing. It's gonna be like, hey, this thing sucks because of X, or this thing could be better because of Y. Okay, so we need to work with suppliers that can fix these things in the future. Okay, your product's not gonna be perfect at first, but yes, you should do everything you possibly can to make it perfect at first. But it's not going to be. It's just the way it is. You're going to learn. The customers are going to tell you kind of what they want and what they need based on your product, where it's at. So relationships, we want something where we can scale with a group, scale with a manufacturer. That way we can make sure that everything goes smoothly as we get to those levels we want to go to. And that's what it all comes down to, is a relationship. A good relationship with your manufacturer, someone you can talk to, things like that. Okay. So now going back up. Number 2 is checked off. Okay, so this solid piece of foundation is coming together, right? So we found a good product. Do you see how this works now? So say we found a good product, but then this piece fails right here. So this X's out. Now we have no skyscraper. The foundation's crumbled. So we need all 3 of these pieces for this to even work. Okay, one of these pieces out, we fail. Okay, let's go talk about 3 here. So 3 is going to be listing assets. Okay, and where this begins at is it's going to be SEO plus indexing. Okay. So when I talk about listing assets, what I'm talking about is your listing itself. Okay. So now we found a good product during product research. Now we've gotten a bomb product from our supplier. It's great quality, everything like that, great margins. That doesn't mean a thing unless people can find our product and actually purchase the product. Okay, you see where I'm going with this? So we need to get traffic. We need to get conversions. People don't know it's the best product in the world until they get it in their hands. So we need to be seen. We need to be purchased, things like that. Okay. First part of this is SEO and indexing. This is for our keywords in our listing itself. So the title, the bullets, the description, the backend keywords, things like this. We need to pick the right keywords to go in the right places. That way we actually can start indexing for keywords right away. People can actually see our listing and, we can start getting sales that way, right? So it's kind of traffic's the first step, and then we'll talk about conversions here in the next two steps. So SEO is huge, right? We need to figure out the right keywords for our product and our listing. So these are listing assets. Okay, next is copywriting. Okay, copywriting. People don't think about this with an Amazon listing. They're like, I'm going to keyword stuff. It's going to be great. It's going to be fantastic. They'll find it. They'll buy it. Great. No, okay, again, we want to build this foundation so we can make the launching easier, make conversions easier. We need to think about copywriting when it comes to getting sales on our listing. People don't do this on Amazon. We want to be above everybody else. We want to be able to compete with the big guys if we need to, if we have to, or at least just convert better than most people in our niche. And this is really going to help us make things smooth, make the launch cheaper, everything like that. So copywriting, how do we write bullets? How do we write descriptions? How do we get the right infographics into our photos with the right copy to make sure that we give the best chance for that buyer to actually buy the product? Okay. So there's words. You just think about, any advertiser out there where you're going to sell something, a Facebook ad, a billboard, things like that. This is all copywriting. This is all, how do we get someone by words to take action? Okay. And this goes very deep, but maybe a couple copywriting books or maybe a couple of YouTube videos on copywriting to kind of start to understand the foundation to this. Okay. So we want to write bullets that sell. We want to write descriptions that sell. Okay. And the next, by far the most important, is photos. Okay. It's about 60% of people that come to an Amazon listing, they only look at photos. They never read anything before they purchase. Okay. So how do we, because we're probably going to make a product that's better than everybody else's, but people don't know that, right? Because they're not going to read the listing. They don't know how it's better. So the guy that's at $20 and you're at $30, but you're way better value because your product's so much better. How do they know that? Photos. So how can we do this with photos? We can do three types of photos here. So there's lifestyles. Okay. So these are great for, fashion items. So hats, clothing, things like that. Imagine, a watch. Imagine things that are, you want status with or you want to feel good about. So these are people, lifestyles will be about people wearing your thing or using your thing, and it gives that person who's about to buy that feeling like, ooh, if I just had this, or ooh, that'd be sweet. If, just kind of visualizing them using this product. Okay. Lifestyles are huge. They're just the most expensive, right? So yes, these are the best ones, but they're the most expensive. So we have to weigh that. And there's a lot of bad photographers out there, and it's really hard to find the best value kind of bang for buck. Okay. Next is infographics. So this one is key. If we have a lot of benefits of our product that provide value, but it's, if people aren't going to read the description, like we have to get them into these infographics, right? So these are going to be where you highlight benefits of your products, how it's different, why it's better, how to use it, everything like that is going to go in these infographics. So people really quickly can look at one photo, know exactly how the product works, look at another photo, be like, okay, this is better because of this right here. Okay, everything I'm concerned about is described right here, so I'm no longer concerned about it in another infographic, right? And it's kind of mixed in. What I like to do is mix in lifestyles and infographics if possible. Sometimes it's just infographics. They're definitely the cheaper option. So, one money sign here. And then 3D renderings, which again, I won't go too deep into this, but we can actually make 3D models of our product and place them into any photos we want. Okay, it's a little harder to find the quality here, but this is also usually a good, cheaper option here. If you could, I'll just move that up so you can see it. So it's usually a good, cheaper option here. So photos are probably the biggest part of your listing assets. It's massive to definitely go find some good, high quality photos. People make decisions subconsciously about the stuff. Okay, I probably had like 8 or 9 photographers total in the last 3-4 years I've used in this business. And I've wasted thousands of dollars to do this. So this is something that you don't want to take some time on, figure out who's good, who's not, look at their other photos and everything like that. Okay. Because, some lifestyle photos can cost like 1,500 to 2,000 with the right models, things like that. I like to pay under 1,000 for the first set and kind of work my way up and try to do this frugally. But again, if I'm going to shell out money for one thing on my listing, it's going to be photos. Okay. Okay. So that's the foundation, guys. That's the foundation. So now we can have our little skyscraper here. Okay. And it's actually going to stand up with these three pieces. Okay. So we're not going to fall over. We're not going to tip over, things like that. We're going to stay strong. And this will make, if we go all the way back up here, this is going to make our sales, our reviews, our rankings, our ads, PPC, launching, getting to the goals we want to, the sexy stuff, the really fun stuff, right? Because I enjoy this stuff too. Don't get me wrong. I don't enjoy building a foundation to a business. Like, I enjoy the sexy appeal to, like, making sales, things like that. Ones with dopamine, right? So I get it, but to make this thing so much easier, where people go wrong is they don't think about these 3 steps in the foundation. Okay. So think about these things and you'll be ahead of the competition by so much. Again, no one's thinking about it like this. Again, go over this video if you have to a couple times. So I really hope that helped you guys out. I kind of visualize it. I promise my handwriting will get better over time and my drawings will get better over time. I'll go to like a 1st grade to a 2nd grade level. But again, guys, take this stuff seriously if you want to make this business work. If you are interested in my program, the link will be down below to apply and set up a phone call for that. Again, this is where I check people's products, is what I'm bringing this up for. But again, most people, if you want to do it alone, that's fine. Fantastic. You find someone else you trust, just trust them, right? Do your due diligence if they're going to check your product, things like that, right? Because we don't want to give away good product ideas either. But that's it, guys. I hope you found that one super useful, and we'll see you on the next one.